Nick, you said you expected Draymond to come back. How relieved were you when he actually confirmed that?
I feel like I knew it all along, but yeah, it's definitely going to be helpful, and definitely helpful to have another leader because all the leaders are gone. So just having him to help out is going to be good.
What's it like suddenly to be the leader, one of the leaders, Nick? 2 years ago, you were a freshman.
It's pretty weird because our leaders weren't just like, they were pretty special. They were some of the best player leaders I've ever been around, and just to have them gone, it's like a void kind of. So these workouts, we're trying to pick up the vocal. I've always been a leader by example, so I'm not used to the vocal thing. So I'm trying to take that role, and Coach Jay wants me to take that role. So I'm just trying to bring guys along instead of just focusing on myself.
You know, you're pretty good coming in here at center, but what have you picked up just from like watching Taekwondo, maybe Sam Hubbard, some of those guys like you're talking about that you're replacing in the leadership role?
They just do everything right, whether it's the dynamic warm-up or it's practicing hard every day and scout team. Just being able to watch them for 2 years and have them to just give me the mold of what. It's kind of like me and Joey in high school, just watching him when I was a freshman. He was a senior. I got to watch him do. He gave me the path and I followed it, and it's kind of the same role that they've had for me. And, we have a group text, me, Tracy, Ty, Jay, and Sam, and we still talk. We all miss each other, and they're all lonely where they're training, so they miss it here too. So they've just been really good to me.
Nick, when you talk about that leadership stuff and speaking up, how often do you have to do that? How uncomfortable has that made you, or how comfortable are you getting with it?
I mean, it's not that uncomfortable. Just kind of like going back to my high school ways, because in high school when I became a senior, I kind of went through the same thing. I had to become a leader. So it's just a matter of just focusing on others instead of just keeping your head down and focusing on what you need to accomplish. It's bringing along young guys like Chase and Haskell and the new freshmen coming in. They haven't been here yet, so I haven't been able to work out with them. They work out at 6, so haven't been with them yet, but that'll be interesting when they get with Coach Jay and see what his drills are like.
Nick, you mentioned during the Cotton Bowl stuff that you expected Draymond to come back. You were going to kind of lobby. How excited are you that he is coming back, and what do you think his role is next year?
I mean, he's going to be, he's not just going to be a first, second down guy anymore. Now that the 3 other ends are gone, he's going to be on the nickel package for sure. So the whole country is going to get to see what he could do pass rushing, which should be fun because nobody really knows that yet. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good nickel package again this year.
You knew he was coming back, right? When you were talking to us before the game, you were saying, I think he's getting back.
I knew, but I mean, I feel like he was closer to leaving than I might have thought, but he still ended up coming back. So.
I mean, everybody has their own individual decision, but is that the kind of thing where you talk to a teammate and let him know that I'd sure like to have you back next year?
No, I've been telling him since the beginning of the year, last year, so he knew, and yeah, I've been on him about it.
And I know we've talked about this a lot, but can you just describe again the potential you see of you guys getting after the quarterback with that defensive line, what you're talking about with Draymond being on the field on 3rd down and Chase getting in there and that kind of thing, what you think you guys could do?
I think it could be the best pass rushing unit ever. I think it could be a step up from last year just because they really set the bar for us, and we're going to enhance it. And just so much talent on this D-line right now, even though we're young. It's some of the best talent that I've ever seen, so it's going to be really good once we get all the chemistry together.
When you say that the best talent, what are you talking about, like Chase and those guys? I mean, what do you go? What will be different about it? I guess more speed, more what?
I mean, Draymond, just his inside rushing ability is the best in the country. people just don't rush at the 3 technique like he does, and nobody's really seen it yet, but I see it every day in practice. And then having Chase and Coop and BB, who hasn't really got that many pass rush opportunities, he's I mean, I keep saying this, but he's one of the best nose guard rushers. He creates speed from the inside unbelievably. So it's just, we're loaded.
Nick, when you say that it could be the best pass rush unit ever, does that not sound a little crazy to you, considering the 3 guys that are leaving at defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, it does, but Coach Shea always talks about enhancing it every year, so it's just part of how it goes. He recruits, and we just take his teachings and try and enhance them.
You know, we've asked you this before, interesting answers, but do you see the opportunity to play more next year or this coming season? I mean, in other words, from a rotation standpoint, maybe not.
Yeah,
maybe not as many lines as you say in hockey.
I'm going to play a decent amount more this year, but it's always been Coach Jay's plan to slowly progress me up, and I feel like it's worked out pretty well. So, yeah, this year's going to be full out, play every snap that means anything for my last year, or possibly my last year.
Nick, where are you physically? Yeah, possibly, yeah. I was going to ask you about that, but you just answered it. Where are you physically strong? I mean, how do you, from measurement standpoint and stuff, where are you so much better than you were 2 years ago? From a strength standpoint, speed, whatever, what kind of numbers can you throw out there?
I mean, I don't really measure my bench press and squat like some people do, but I just feel like my body's changed. It's not really like numbers that jump out at you. I weigh the same. I just look different, and I'm a lot more flexible and athletic, I feel like, and fast. So it's just a matter of using the God-given abilities that you have, and over time you learn how to use them. And I feel like I'm starting to use them pretty well.
So what will you get out of the next several weeks? What are you looking forward to getting out of the next several weeks before spring?
Just getting flexible, staying healthy. Obviously, over the season your body breaks down and you kind of get the season body, you kind of just wither away a little bit. So just getting that pump back up and getting big again is going to feel good. So.
For you personally, do you approach the season any different, knowing that there's a really good chance that it is your last year in college?
Yeah, no doubt. It could be my last opportunity to go play for a national championship, and I've never done that, so it's definitely all out this year.
You've continued to talk about enhancing the room as a whole. Kind of what areas specifically does it need to take to become that best unit that you strive it to be?
Just maturity, just getting these young guys used to playing the games, because it's a whole different thing. You could be as talented as you want, but actually performing in the games is different, and just going out there and having fun, which, I mean, we all play football, it's a game, and we learn that this is still a game and it's still fun. Just go out there and have fun, and that's when it's going to be fun.
Nick, we know how high the bar is at Ohio State for what this program is and what it can be. In your 2 years to have made the playoff, and then this year almost made the playoff and won your bowl game, what do you sort of think about the state of the Ohio State football program right now? Are you pretty happy with it, or do you feel like, you know, I'm a little ticked that we haven't played for a national title in my 2 years yet?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we're doing just fine, but it's not what we want ever. We're not sitting in the right now, last year, saying, yeah, we want to go play USC in the Cotton Bowl, or go play Clemson and get beat by 38 points or whatever it was. So we want to be looked at as an Alabama or Clemson a couple years ago. So we're trying to get to the top, not just top 5.
This collection of talent, what you see on this team with your class, and now that you guys are taking the lead here, is that there? Do you see that there to be that?
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's my class is starting to rise to the top of the depth chart. We got Dwayne looking like he'll be the quarterback. I don't know, but I just feel like we have a lot of talent, and at every position. We have a lot of guys coming back. All the receivers come back, 2 running backs that could start anywhere. So I think it's going to be definitely a good shot this year.
Isn't it
When
funny?
when you see Dwayne, knowing Dwayne like you do, and you're not making the quarterback choice, but just what you know of him, what do you think he will be like as a starting quarterback if he wins that job? And what do you think this offense will be like if Dwayne Haskins is running the show?
I just think he's a drop-back passer, and I think that's what we should be, a team that throws the ball with the quarterback and runs the ball with the running backs. And I think that'll be really good just to get the running backs the ball more and have Dwayne just slinging it back there and making our receivers look really good.
How important is it to know, even as a defensive lineman, to know who your quarterback is on a team? I mean, you know, you look in the NFL and the quarterback makes such a big difference, and even in college football and stuff, but how important is it to know who that guy is?
What do you mean? Like
I mean, knowing who the leader, who the #1 guy is. How important is that?
As long as there's leaders on the offense and leaders on the defense, I mean, you don't even have to be a starter to be a leader, but definitely want to know who's your guy at some point. And I think Dwayne will be a good leader if he's the guy. Not many people see the fire that he has, and I think he does have that fire that a starting quarterback needs. I've seen it a couple times in the Michigan game and some other times that he's played. So I think he'll be. I think he'll take the role really well.
Did you watch the national championship game?
Yeah, I watched it.
When you're a guy who was hoping his team would be in that game, what's it like watching that?
It was whatever. I mean, obviously want to be there. I thought we could have competed, but the best teams got there that year, and we weren't one of them. So we just got to get better and end up there next year.
But when you watch those teams, those wound up being the 2 best teams in the country, you watched them and thought, we can compete with those guys.
Yeah, I know. I could have definitely competed with their line, so I was watching that. But the other aspects, I don't really know that much about the offensive schemes. But I was watching the O-lines, and I was seeing plays that I could have made.
What did you think of Alabama going to the backup quarterback at halftime?
That was a good move. I think that's why Nick Saban's great, because he's willing to put the team before one player and just really put the best player in the game, and that's why he's looked at as one of the best coaches ever.
Maybe never this question, but how much does watching that game add to your hunger for the coming year? I mean, you know, you're still 9 months away from playing a football game, but what you guys sort of missed out on because of really one.
Yeah, I don't think that game was really what makes me want that or long for the next year, but no, at that point I was enjoying my rest time, and this off season I'll have plenty of time to get ready and get excited.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.